Welcome to our new series, The 200 Movie Challenge. Our goal this year is to watch 200 movies that we haven't seen yet. If you want to listen to the full podcast where this clip is from, the link will be in the description. Now enjoy today's movie. But let's move away from the Funhouse and let's go to a movie, your first movie you saw this year, because I think
Yeah,
this came out this year, didn't it? 2025? Did I see that correctly? Is it
it
this
it
year?
did come out. Yeah,
Ooh,
it
you
came
got a
out
new
this
one.
year.
All right, tell me all about it, Soto.
So Sinners, a lot of buzz around this movie, big box office hit, and thankfully it came finally free on HBO Max on 4th of July. So I decided to give it um, a good look because I had heard some things about it. I didn't get too much into it. I've said, as far as like trailers and anything go, like we've talked about this before. I hate getting hyped up for a movie. I'd much rather go into a movie kind of blindish,
Correct.
and just let that expectation kind of take me. Because if I watch a trailer and the trailer is fucking fire, like Sin City is the first one that comes to mind. I when I first saw the trailer for Sin City, I was like, this is gonna be the most ridiculous movie I've ever seen. And I was very disappointed by Sin City. It, I don't know if it's justified. I haven't given it a rewatch, but I was not impressed with Sin City at all. I thought it was going to be something totally different based off the trailer. So I kind of just, when people are hyping up a movie, I just try to stay away. There was a lot of hype around Sinners, especially on TikTok and social media. And so I said, just like with everything else, I'm going to wait till it's free and see what's up. And the story, it really revolves around there's twin brothers, and they're both played by Michael B. Jordan. If you don't know who Michael B. Jordan is, he was in Creed. I don't know if you've seen those movies, but those movies are actually really good. And Michael B. Jordan was actually the villain in Black Panther. I don't know if you've seen Black Panther either,
Yeah.
but he was really good in that. Pretty good actor. So twin brothers. It's in 1932, Mississippi. They had basically spent some time up in Chicago. They were working. It's insinuated that they were working for, in the Al Capone circles and everything, and they were also in World War II. So they come back to their hometown with a lot of money, and also a lot of contraband too. They have some Irish beer, they have Italian wines. So it's kind of insinuated that they may have robbed other gangsters. That's kind of like the backstory. But they go back to their town, and with the intention of basically buying what they call a juke joint, which is basically, after they're done working, their people, their community, they can go back into this kind of like little juke joint place to listen to music and just have a good time and just let off some steam. And so they kind of go back to build one of those again. Their cousin is a gifted blues guitarist, basically, young kid. Knows how to play the blues, is fantastic and everything. And so they're getting everybody together that they used to know, and they're like, hey, we're opening up a juke joint. We need some food to be made, we need some music to be played, and we just want to make it like, a place for them, right? And so on the day that they're opening up this juke joint, their blues guitarist cousin, who's really good, like they're having a great time. The music is so like transcendent that it actually, like the blues that he's playing, it's so transcendent that it actually starts to bend space and time. I know that's a weird concept, but if you watch the movie, you'll understand without spoilers. But everyone's having a great time and all that, but they insinuate that, you know, when you are like in tune with, the music and the source and all that stuff and legendary all that stuff, you attract evil. And what ends up happening is on this night, on the opening of this juke joint, everybody's having a great time. They definitely uh, attract a very ancient vampire into their situation, and the whole entire movie. And again, you're going to think to yourself, "Is this Dust Till Dawn?" And it does have a little bit of Dust Till Dawn kind of vibes to it. But this vampire starts showing up with people like, and starts trying to entice them to leave the joint. They come under the guise of a traveling musical company, like the vampire and two other people. and it just goes from there. And what I was just really surprised about was just the way this movie is beautifully shot. I don't care what anybody says. It looks absolutely gorgeous. The shots, the cinematography, fantastic. I thought the dialogue was really good. If you're into the blues and you're into that type of music and you're in that kind of southern type of music, awesome. This is exactly the movie for you. But it did vampires in a way that was not at all cliche to me. It was much more interesting, and it just hit a chord with me, no pun intended, that not a lot of horror movies do. It was just, the vibe was awesome. It was great. I loved it from beginning to end. It's 2 hours and 18 minutes. It did not feel like 2 hours and 18 minutes. I loved everything about this movie. Is it perfect? No. There's definitely some things in the third act that I'm kind of iffy on, but I don't, but they're okay. Like movies are not perfect. I don't know too many perfect movies. Even a movie like Pulp Fiction, which is a movie that I love, I'm not a big fan of Quentin Tarantino's little monologue that he has there.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. It just always sticks out of place for me. And with a movie like Sinners, it was so good to watch a movie and be surprised by how awesome it was. It was so good that I spent the next day thinking about this movie all day long, especially the music, because it has blends of Irish folk music and the blues and all sorts of stuff, like all mixed together. And it was great. It was fantastic. And I mean, I've never heard an Irish folk song be sung so menacingly, and that somebody's about to get attacked by a fucking vampire. Like, this is not a joke. Like, we've all seen vampire movies. We know what happens. And it was done in such a great way. Super entertaining. I thought about it all the next day. And then I actually watched it a second time on Saturday night, because I felt that I just wanted to watch like what I had missed, because I felt that there were things that I had missed. There's been a lot of stuff analyzed about this movie. There's a lot of things to say about it that I'm not going to add on to that. I don't think there's anything I can add, but just as a movie experience, I just had such a fucking great time watching this movie. It's definitely a movie I'm going to buy. It's probably, I mean, it's not saying a lot, but it's definitely one of the best vampire movies I've ever seen, if not the best vampire themed movie I've ever seen. It's the best movie I've probably seen in 10 years.
Whoa. Not
So
just
going
this year,
back
but
to
10 years?
I don't know the last time I saw a movie that I universally at the end of it was like, I love this movie. And we talked about it a little bit on Saturday too, on our other podcast, where it's like, a movie just hits you right at the right point, and it just puts you in a chokehold. And same thing with the song or anything like that. You just can't get it out of your head. And just the combination of everything in this movie it just hit all the right notes for me at the right time. And it was absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to buy this movie and have it be part of my collection. I just think that if you're into the idea of like music and myth and a Southern Gothic kind of horror musical, because you'll laugh at me, but there are musical parts in this, and they are fucking awesome. Like, it is freaking, I don't, like, maybe my musicals that I need to watch have to be horror themed and people die in the musicals. Maybe that's the issue that I have with musicals, but I love the music. And if you don't like this kind of music, you probably won't like this movie, and that's okay. I just loved the whole entire vibe of this film, and I can't say enough good things about it. And there's no surprise that this is the best movie that I've seen this year, and easily the number one movie that I've seen this year. It was absolutely awesome.
Well, the fact that you saw it twice says wonders.
Twice.
And that you said it's the best movie of the last 10 years.
And I've seen, yeah, that I can think of, yeah.
Oh my God. So you have a new number one.
I sure do. Yeah. How could I not? I mean, I haven't seen any of these movies twice. I mean, I think the closest movie that I thought about seeing twice was Anora, which I still haven't, made the time to do. But this was like, I the next day I was like, I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna watch this movie again. And it held up to a rewatch, and I love the whole vibe. I really hope they don't make a sequel to this movie. I really don't, because I know that that's typically what tends to happen with popular films. Obviously, this is a business, but I just think that everything's wrapped up as good as it can be, and I think Michael B. Jordan did a great job playing twins. Um, you could tell the difference between the two characters, and it wasn't over the top. It was done really, really well, and also the vampire. His name is Remick, and he's an Irish vampire, and he stole the show. He was great. Just his menacing stuff and every. It was fantastic. It was great. Can't say enough about it. I'm gushing over it. Obviously, if you haven't seen it, please do. I think if you're into like the Southern Gothic thing, you're gonna love this. And if you're in that kind of folky, bluesy music, you're gonna love it. It's not for everybody. I'll be 100% honest. It's not a movie that's for everybody, but this is a movie that I will be watching for years to come.
And I know you said you laughed because there is musical elements to this. And there's a difference. Though.
Almost.
I mean, yes, there's a difference between watching a musical than watching a movie that has musical elements in it, So, yeah, this is probably more up your alley than something, others that you watch or that we made fun of you for. Um, but no, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. To me, there's a definition of a musical and then just a movie that might, like Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm obviously not comparing the two, but yes, there's musical elements to it. But I do not consider that a friggin' musical. But obviously, they play a shit ton of Queen songs on it. I think what was it, A Complete Unknown you watched earlier?
Yeah.
If I got that
Oh,
title correct.
well,
But that's
yep.
the point. You don't love musicals. So well, that's okay.
Oh.
We all have our niche and what we like and what we don't like. But just having songs in it and stuff like that, I don't consider that a musical, not in that extent. So I'm just more amazed that you
Mhm.
watched a movie twice in the same freaking weekend. I mean, like you
Yeah.
did watch two this week, but if you didn't watch another one, we always joke about like we don't have time to watch movies we've seen, but you had time, so.
I made time. That's the biggest review I can say for this movie is that I made time to watch it a second time. And
And the
I
movie.
don't remember the last time like that I felt this way. I mean, if I'm talking for real, like the last time I felt this way about a movie, if I can think right now, and I've forgotten a lot, but the
Sam.
last time I felt like this about a movie is probably Kill Bill, back in the early 2000s, where I went in. Some of my favorite movies, like I said earlier, I go in blind, and they surprise me. And this movie was uh, definitely surprising. I had not seen a lick of any advertisements for it, and I'm happy I didn't.
I'm just again amazed you got a new number one. But
Yeah,
and it's got songs in it, so that's the
it
best
sure
part.
does. The
Uh,
songs I've been listening to ever since.